What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to Fresh Review. Today I will be showcasing the rubric I will use to review NBA games. In the background we have some old gen NBA 2K21 gameplay footage of my boy Lane running down the lane collecting some bodies. Now, I've been watching the NBA for close to 20 years. It's currently the NBA playoffs, so I've been watching a lot of the NBA games. After each round concludes, I will be doing a round by round review of each game of each series. You can expect that round one review to release on Tuesday. There's a lot of series still going on, a lot that have concluded. If you're interested in that, subscribe for more content. However, I can't do a fresh review without showcasing the grading rubric, so I gotta do this video first, and that is what this video is. I'll be listing the 10 things I'm looking for in an NBA game. These 10 things will have equate to a score of 0 to 100 or indescribable to legendary. Without further ado, let's start with the pre-match elements. The pre-match elements are why you are invested before the game begins. The pre-match elements consist of the stakes and the rivalry or storylines of the game. The stakes are what are on the line. Is the game in the regular season or the postseason? Is it two teams vying for a playoff spot or playoff seeding? Is this game an elimination game or a pivotal must-win game in a series? All these things can raise the stakes and create an excitement for the fans before the game even starts. The same can be said about the rivalries or the storyline. Is this a rematch between teams that have recently played in the playoffs? Is this a player returning to face his former team? Is this a battle between two MVP candidates? Is this a matchup of two divisional rivals? We know the significance of Lakers vs Celtics, that rivalry. We know the level of hostility when LeBron returned to Cleveland in a Heat jersey, or when Durant returned to OKC in a Warriors jersey. Again, a great rivalry or storyline can have people enthusiastic about the game before it even starts. Next, we have the plays and performances. The plays are essentially the highlights. These consist of the long-range threes, the contested jumpers, the acrobatic layups, the post-rising dunks, the ankle-breaking dribbles, the no-look passes, the emphatic blocks, and the sneaky steals. Some players are walking highlight reels, so watching any of their games is a joy to watch and will routinely score high in this category. Unfortunately, there are some teams that don't have any entertaining players. You couldn't pay me enough to watch them. They aren't walking highlight reels. They are shacking full moments waiting to happen. Low lights generate the low scores in this category. I didn't want to say any names, but think of Jordan Poole in Washington. Why is he so bad in Washington? There's no baddies in the audience. Why are there no baddies there? Who wants to pay and watch a Washington game? Our next thing is the performance. Remember, I said plays and performance. So what is the performance? The performance is essentially the collection of plays or the stats a player accumulated. Did someone score 50 points? Did they snag 20 rebounds? Did they have a triple-double? Did they hit a bunch of threes? Essentially, is there a memorable or noticeable performance from a player or group of players in this game? Did the big three combine for 90? Did the starters combine for 100? You think of big-time games, you expect the big-time players to have a great performance. Did they deliver? That's what this category is about, the plays and performances. Next, we have the ties and lead changes paired with the runs and comebacks. A great back-and-forth game will have numerous lead changes and ties. Every time one team scores a bucket, the other team scores a bucket too. Every time one team gets a stop, the other team gets a stop too. For 48 minutes, and sometimes more, depending if it goes to overtime, no team creates a big enough difference to lose the audience's interest. The game is close from wire to wire. On the contrary, we have the runs and the comebacks. Sometimes one team gains a large advantage and takes a nearly insurmountable lead by going on an epic run. Sometimes that's how the game unfortunately ends. Sometimes the losing team goes on an epic run and mounts a comeback to tie the game or take the lead. These games are like the movies that are mostly boring, but having the same plot twist and an amazing ending. Before I created this rubric, these games would be tough for me to grade. Now I can consistently grade them correctly. Next, we have the enhancing elements. These consist of the crowd and the commentary. The crowd can make the viewer at home feel the energy and the passion inside the arena. There's nothing like seeing a player hit a game winner or a buzzer beater and the crowd erupts. I rewatched the Damian Lillard Wade goodbye to OKC so many times just to look at the reaction of different fans. On the flip side, it is equally enjoyable to watch an opposing player hit a game winner and the crowd go silent. When I was 12 or 13, I was at a Trailblazer vs Mavs game. The crowd was chanting, defense, defense, defense. Then LaMarcus Aldridge hit a game-winning post fadeaway jumper and the arena went completely silent. The screaming in the crowd and the silence in the crowd creates unforgettable moments. Like the crowd, though, the commentary is the same way. An elite commentary team can also create unforgettable moments. Think of your favorite NBA player or your favorite NBA play, and you'll most likely remember the commentary of some of their iconic plays. Here are some quotes from iconic NBA moments. Let's see if you can remember the play. First, has to put it up at the buzzer. Oh, he banks it in. Oh, he banks in the three. The second one, is this the dagger? Oh, game, series, Toronto has won. The third one, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. If you said Kobe Bryant game winner over Dwayne Wade for the first one, you got it correct. You said Kawhi Leonard's game 7 game winner over the Sixers. For the second one, you got it correct. And you said LeBron James block on Andre Iguodala for the third one. You got it correct. Those are incredible plays from iconic players that are etched into stone with the commentary and crowd's reaction. An energetic crowd and an elite commentary team will make a good game feel great, a great game feel amazing, and an amazing game feel legendary. On the contrary, a dead crowd and a subpar commentary squad can have an adverse effect. These lane clips are about to come to an end, so we are going to switch over to some of my clips of NBA 2K24. But lastly, what we do have is 2 more things to talk about, and that's the memorability and the emotional investment. The memorability is how long this will be remembered or talked about. Now, it is easier to do this for games that transpired years ago because then you can see in hindsight, yeah, we're still talking about how classic that series was and etc. We don't truly know how long we will talk about a game that transpired yesterday, so this will require some speculation. However, there are instant classics that we all know will be great now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and 20 years from now. There are also snooze fests that will always be bad 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and 20 years from now. I believe that by watching more games and using the rubric to consistently grade, the speculative grading for this element will age like fine wine, and the scoring will not fluctuate as much. Lastly, the emotional investment. This is the most subjective part of the elements because this is how much you cared about the game. Originally, your investment level in a game or series could be low, but the players or the competitiveness gained your interest. For example, my interest level for the 2024 Cavs vs. Magic was low prior to the series beginning. The first 4 games were not competitive, so when the Magic topped the series 2-2, I still didn't even care. After Game 5 came down to the wire, I am now looking forward to Game 6. A counterexample was the series between the Timberwolves and the Suns. I expect that to be a great series. After the Timberwolves took a 3-0 lead, my emotional investment level decreased drastically. So to recap, I'm looking at the stakes and rivalry, the pre-match elements to get me hyped before the game. I'm looking at the highlight plays and the performances, highlight plays from any players, performances from any player or group of players. I'm looking at the scoring changes, whether it's ties and lead changes or epic runs and large comebacks. I'm looking at the enhancing elements, the crowd and the commentary, things that will make things be better or worse depending on how good the crowd or commentary is. And I'm looking at the memorability and the emotional investment. How much do you care? How long will this be remembered? The longevity of it, stuff of that nature. So, those are the 10 elements I'm looking for. And what makes an NBA game amazing. My next NBA video is scheduled for this upcoming Tuesday. It will be round 1 of the NBA playoffs. Like I said earlier, my next video in general, though, will be showcasing my anime rubric. That will be releasing this Friday or Saturday. And we will start doing anime fresh reviews with Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia. We will have Demon Slayer Sundays and My Hero Mondays. This upcoming Wednesday, we have a new wrestling video that will be out. Thank you guys so much for having my WrestleMania Day 2 review be my most viewed video. It got over 30 views. I'm thankful for every view. Thankful for every like. So appreciate everybody watching and liking that. Backlash will be this coming up Wednesday. So you're interested in that, subscribe for more content. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace.